Greetings, people. Here I am back again. Name Arasolo. I'm here to share more of my revelations, typically from the book of Revelations for right now. Not that the book of Revelations is the more important book of the Bible, but all the books, the Bible is full of books. It is the book of books. And pretty much all books are very important, but since my last video I was discussing Revelation, I was discussing the beast with the 7 heads and 10 horns, 10 kings, explaining what the metaphor of the beast is. If you saw my last video, you probably already saw what I explained, but I will mention it again, that it represents time. And I also mentioned that there's a lot of sevens in book of Revelation, 7 this, 7 that, 7 these, and I also mentioned other numbers, and all these numbers represent different things. Right now, I would like to continue with the beast, but in a different sense. I'm going to come up with some of the passages in Revelation that mentions the beast, and for that I'll probably have to get my Bible and go over them. But at this point, I also would like to say that I am approaching 74 years. My birthday will be next week. I will be 70 years old, and I've been with this journey for 30 years. So I was around 43 back when it started. So it's been a long time, and like I've said before, I have a lot of information, and the Bible is full of a lot of information. Some which people do not understand, and some which is explanatory to maybe live a better life, better example of the law, of the Spirit of God, which is the true law. But getting to the metaphor of what certain thing signifies, maybe I'll go to mentioning the woman and the dragon. Now here we're talking about a dragon, which is in a sense a beast, but now it's mentioning a woman. Okay, let's read a little bit. A great sign appeared in the sky, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and on her head a crown with 12 stars. And it goes on a little later. Then another sign appeared in the sky. It was a huge red dragon. Now we're talking the dragon. The dragon, like I say, it's also a beast, but the dragon has a whole different interpretation of its significance rather than the whole beast. The whole beast, like I explained, it represents time, and it represents 7,000 years of time. So before, I'm not going to explain the dragon at this point yet. I will. Let's see what else I find on the beast, where the Bible mentions the beast. Babylon the Great. Then he carried me away in spirit to a deserted place, where I saw a woman seated on a scarlet beast that was covered with blasphemous names, with 7 heads and 10 horns. Okay, it's mentioning the 7 heads, and it's mentioning the 10 horns again, and it's mentioning the scarlet beast. not a dragon, but scarlet beast. Call it a dragon, call it a beast, it's still a beast. Let's go to the meaning of the beast and the harlot. Now, all of a sudden, there's a harlot. I will explain to you the mystery of the woman. Okay, the woman, obviously, I guess, is the harlot. And of the beast that carries her, the beast with the 7 heads and the 10 horns. Again, mentioning the beast with the 10 heads and 10 horns. Let's go to another passage. Here is a clue for one who has wisdom. The 7 heads represent 7 hills upon which the woman sits. They also represent 7 kings. 5 have already fallen, 1 still lives, and the last has not yet come. And when he comes, he must remain only for a short while. Okay, that kind of really tells you a lot. It's mentioning again the beast, but now it's saying that 5 have passed, 1 exists, and the other one hasn't come yet. So we're talking the 7 heads. And the 7 heads is the beast. It's part of the beast. The beast has the heads, and the heads, it's one whole body. If we want to keep calling it a beast, like if it's a beast, but the metaphor again, like I said, it's time. So if 5,000 years have passed and we exist in the 6th and the 7th hasn't come, and when he comes, it only lasts for a short while. What does that mean? Okay, like I say, I'm going to explain a lot of these things later on. Right now, all I wanted to do is mention all these passages that have the beast in them. The beast with the 7 heads and the 10 horns, and so on. I think I can think of another one that I haven't highlighted in my Bible here. The one where then I saw a woman, again a woman, dressed in purple and scarlet. And then later on in another passage it mentions again, then I saw the woman again, dressed in purple, scarlet, and white, with a white dress like a bride to be, adorned with many jewels and gems, and a crown. So we're talking about a woman, and it's associated with the beast. Like I mentioned before, we, men, women, are associated with time. But these passages have a little different explanation, which I'm not going to explain at this moment. I'm going to wait till probably my next segment, because when I start explaining other things that are in the Bible that have to do with, it's still going to have to do with creatures and this and that, but we have a lot of different stuff, like I mentioned, numbers and direction and colors and such and such. So that's, I'm going to wait so that when I explain other things, I will put it all more in a one smaller picture to hopefully make more sense. At this point, I think I would like to also mention that, since I said that I was 74 years, approaching 74 years old, I would like to say that I'm a very simple man. I haven't been educated, no college education, high school education, a little bit of vocational school. And I'm not a reader simply because when I was a child, I had dyslexia. I still do, but it's not as bad. Back in those days, they weren't able to detect such a thing like nowadays. That hindered me in my reading, in my vocabulary, in my spelling, and all that kind of that kind of thing. So because of that, I'm not high on big words. My talk is simple talk, and I just want to say that that's who I am. And at the same time, um, as I'm revealing some of these revelations, some of these uh, sacred mysteries, um, I hope that you're understanding and continue to want to listen to me to maybe understand further. But one thing I would like to say is you don't have to take it to a bigger understanding on your own. Because what hasn't been revealed to you by the Holy Spirit at this point, it's not meant to be. And I'm the one that's revealing these mysteries. I am not revealing the key as how I know the revelation to the mysteries. So I like to say that it could be dangerous if you push it hard on your own, because um, if you tap into something that might say, oh, wait a minute, I think I get it, it might arouse your fears, and it might take you on a whole different journey. So be careful. I kind of would like to say that just keep the interest in wanting to hear the rest of my explanations, and the rest of my journey, the rest of my story. Um, it's I don't know how to put it other than it could be dangerous. Like I say, if it's not meant to be, uh, it's not meant to be, because simply it is written the way it's written, because it's really not meant to be for man to understand, because man will try to correct or mess it up, one or the other. Um, uh, uh, why me? Why was I given the gift of learning all these mysteries? Uh, Maybe I don't have the answer for that, but I will. I want to continue producing some of these videos and explaining what I can and how I can, so that it's documented. Like I said, a lot of people have told me you should write a book, Lupe, but like I said, I'm not. I'm first of all, I'm not. I don't have the discipline to write. Um, I've written some things, and stuff that I've written, I think I've done a pretty good job. But it takes a lot of energy for me to write, and I suppose that if I would write a book, where would it go? Since I don't have any credentials, I'm not a doctor of such, and that I'm already known. Usually people will adhere to somebody that writes a book a lot better when they have credentials versus when they don't. Um, a production like this, a video, hopefully it can be a better thing for me anyway. I that's what that's what I think it's meant to be. Like I said, I tried I approached a writer that was into production, and then I wrote a letter to a celebrity that's also with his own production, but that didn't go anywhere. So I'm doing this, and it's getting a little more difficult as I go on, because I have to explain these mysteries that are pretty deep and pretty. I don't blame people if they find it a little unbelievable. You know, it's like I struggled the same way myself. But anyway, until next time. Thank you.